The media could care less. And that's one of my biggest reasons for making this video. Do I blame it on the media? Do I blame it on Mortal Kombat or Grand Theft Auto? No, I don't. It's about personal responsibility. And the media has none. They have no morals, they have no code, and don't give me this bullshit about they have to report the story. You can report the story without putting this sick fuck on the television. You can tell he made videos, he mailed them to NBC. You know what NBC did before they handed them to the authorities? They made copies. They had to run it on the nightly news. That is irresponsible and it's wrong. Now, does that cause these things? No. These sickos will have been here since the beginning of time. They will continue to be here. The difference is now, we're about us. We're about being on the television. We need to have our face on the camera. We need our 15 minutes. And that's not good enough. We need our 16, our 20 minutes. And the media does contribute to that. Do I blame them for what happened? No, I don't. They could have some responsibility in the next time it happens. They made this guy famous. They chose to make him famous. How do we have access to that tape of this sick fucking psychopath? Because a major media outlet put it on there and then sold it to the other outlets. Let's spread the love. Let's get him out there. He got what he wanted. And the thing is that there's another sick fuck out there somewhere right now. He's got that video saved on his hard drive. There's people genuinely disturbed that would hurt themselves, that would hurt others, that may be sitting around on the edge thinking, you know, like this nut job. You know, the world's against me. They make up this whole thing in their head. They're, you know, whether they've got some genuine mental disorder or, you know, chemical dependency, that they create this false reality in their mind, and they tell themselves that this world's better without them because things are too hard. It's too bad. They don't need to be here. I've got to be honest with you, and you can say it's hardcore and wrong. Without something like this, without the media jumping on something like this and making it so big and making this guy a celebrity, maybe that guy that's twisted, he takes care of himself in his closet. And the world goes on. You know, I hate that anybody dies like that anybody would die alone, you know, that people wouldn't recognize it. But somebody that's willing to harm others, maybe they decide that's just the way to go out. Or maybe somebody that's got issues like that, maybe they sit around and go, you know what, I'm going out with a bang. I watch the nightly news. I leave my mark on the world. Nobody cares about me. Nobody knows me. Nobody knows my name. Nobody gives a shit about me. They will. And that's my issue with the media. You can report the facts without making a celebrity out of a psychopath. You can tell that the man made a manifesto. You can say he sent us tapes. The man's genuinely disturbed. You can bring in therapists. You can bring in psychologists to analyze and to delve into the criminal mind and to tell us all about it. You can do all of these things without plastering that face up there. Without plastering him up there, giving him what he wanted, and making him a celebrity. You gave him more than 15 minutes. And there's somebody somewhere right now that has that on their hard drive, that has that picture on their wall. And things might not be that bad right now, but when they get that bad, they're going to remember it. And they're going to want to go out with a bang. And that's where you're so fucking wrong that it makes me sick. It's about personal responsibility, accountability, being responsible for your actions. And that's about as irresponsible as it gets. I hope there's some preventative measures and things, I'm sure there are all across the country now, things that will be put in place to try to reduce the chances of this happening again. But if you're not there, and you're not in that situation in the small town where nothing like this has ever happened, it's easy to sit back and say how you would have dealt with it. What made me more sick than the people criticizing the police captain or the university and different things was people that criticized the students. I heard this on the news. I heard media outlets, people in the media criticize students. Why didn't they stop him? Why didn't somebody tackle him? You know, why didn't that happen? I don't know, because it's a kid. Would you have done it? It's easy to sit there behind your little desk and say that. I read once that crazy people make sane people crazy. And I think it's some of the most true words that I've ever read. I just honestly believe that. When things happen like this, we want an automatic reaction. We want it fixed. Who's to blame? We got to do something about it. And it makes us a little crazy. Maybe we don't react that rationally when things like this happen. A rational and sane person can't get in an irrational and insane person's mind. You can't rationalize what is irrational, no matter what you do. Don't say it's the video games. That's crap. I grew up on video games. I'm in the video game generation. I grew up from a small age. I hit them all. Atari, Xbox, Nintendo. Hit them all. It's not video games. Don't say it's the violent society. I grew up on Rambo and RoboCop and Commando. That's bullshit. Don't say it's because they've seen death and they're desensitized to it. I was a soldier in the United States Army and Army National Guard. I was in the infantry. For those of you that don't know, basically the infantry, they're the people that fight the war. They're the foot soldier. For lack of a better way to explain it, the infantry, I was trained to kill people. I don't know how to be more concise than that. I was trained to kill people. I was trained to kill people with a weapon. I was trained to kill people with my hands in hand-to-hand combat. I get angry at people. I might get angry at a coworker. I've thought of punching someone before. It's been a long time since I've punched someone. I've never thought of killing someone. And that's the difference in you and me and this sick fucking lunatic. No matter how many times I play Grand Theft Auto or listen to Marilyn Manson or watch The Matrix, it's not going to change what I've got in here and make me want to go kill somebody. You cannot rationalize with an irrational person. Crazy people make sane people crazy. So I guess in closing, really, I know that this probably lost me some subscribers. Like I said earlier, this isn't the real world. This is the real world. I see the real world when I look into my son's eyes. I see the real world when I step onto a ball field to coach youth athletics. I see the real world when I talk to coworkers about problems with their family and their lives. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. I know it's probably going to wind up being considerably longer than most of the videos I make. If I could ask you to do one thing for me and for yourself, is that you hug the person closest to you. You hug your child, your wife. That you call up your mom or dad or sister. Tell the people that you love them. Because this is just a game. And sometimes we get so caught up in this and in ourselves that we forget that. And we forget what's really important. And I want to apologize for the language that was used in this video. Sometimes you can talk around something and it just doesn't come out the way you want it to. Sometimes you just have to say what you have to say. You know, I'm just a regular guy and I'm not claiming that I've got all the answers, but I would say that you probably don't either. And if you go back far enough in my videos, the reason for my name, my screen name, my YouTube name, Just Alan, is because I honestly believe that in my heart. I'm just Alan. I'm just a guy in a ball cap that chews gum, talks kind of funny, and makes crappy videos. I wish more people were just them. Just be who you are. Just be real with yourself. Because if you can't be real with yourself, you can't be real with anybody.